Here we are again.
Welcome to the Saturday Chat.
That was loud.
Oh.
I yelled.
Dave's excited.
I'm excited.
It's Dave. I'm Ashley. If you're joining us for the first time, this is our Saturday Chat where we chat about the song we're doing tomorrow for the Sunday shout out and other things.
Our cover series, which is our weekly cover series, where we cover a song most often lately that somebody recommends, but sometimes one that we like and just decide to do ourselves.
Yeah, it's a thing.
This week, we chose a good friend and fan of ours, and
he suggested this song, and we listened to it and thought it was really beautiful.
Yeah,
and
he saw us at a listening room a couple weeks back.
Yeah,
and had mentioned the song. I think maybe on multiple occasions, maybe in person and once on Facebook. Possibly Raymond.
Yeah.
Here we come this week with Angel Dream for you.
Yeah. Tom
Thanks
Petty
for the recommendation.
Yeah.
Always loved me some Tom Petty.
Yeah.
I've listened to Tom Petty since I was a teenager. And I was heartbroken when he passed away unexpectedly.
Yeah. Well, evidently he had been battling emphysema for some time.
Yeah, I know, but it was medical. I mean, it was
a multitude of things. Yeah, there was a lot of things.
Not medical, complications.
Yeah.
Anyways, Angel Dream, great song.
Yeah.
It was off of originally the album was called was it with
She's the One.
She's the One.
It's from the soundtrack of She's the One.
So yeah,
the music was written for the movie, I do believe.
1996.
1996.
And this album largely went under my radar, I'll have to admit.
Yeah.
And I think this was a very beautiful song. I'm very grateful to have had the opportunity to hear it and to learn it. Made some changes specifically for your voice.
Yeah.
But
because I don't know if anybody knows, but I am not Tom Petty.
Not Tom Petty. And we like to do things where we think they're the best augmented by our stylings. Yeah. So, another thing about Angel Dream is that, so you said She's the One. I guess the album was reissued a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And it was called Angel Dream.
Yeah, they did a huge
right?
box set. I found it interesting, though, that the song is called Angel Dream number 2. Where's the first one?
There's an Angel Dream number 4 on that album. So
what?
Hopefully we did the right one.
Well, if we didn't, let us know.
So, getting back to the song.
Oh, now I'm disturbed. How many are there? Did some of them get lost in the fray? Like,
I don't know. Maybe he was like,
where's 3?
Different revisions. So, the song was about his wife. And it was his second wife. And he dreamed about her before he met her. Well, it
was after he had seen her for the first time.
He'd seen her face in a crowd.
Yeah.
But he didn't know who she was. Yeah. And then he dreamed about her for weeks, he said. That's interesting, right?
That's sweet.
Yeah. I'll leave it at that. I won't leave all the details of how they got together and who was, because, it was fate. He thought it was fate.
Yeah.
And they had, it was a very beautiful thing that he thought they had, or that they did have.
I read a review that said about the song, not about their relationship, but it was about the one that didn't get away.
Right.
That's
what the song is?
Yeah, you don't hear that very much. So, there's a lot of heartbreak songs and whatnot.
Yeah. So,
even like in the kind of bridge, refrain, whatever you want to call it, the sing a little song of loneliness, sing one to make me smile. And I see that as 2 different songs. Like, I'm sitting in a place and like what I'm envisioning is him singing the song of loneliness, because so many songs are about the heartache.
For sure.
And then also sing one to make me smile. Like,
nice.
let's pick it up from.
So I will backtrack and I'll go back in my word and we'll talk about it a little bit. So from my understanding, and I only have a very brief understanding of their relationship, at the time when he saw her in the crowd, of course he didn't know who she was, had no idea.
Yeah.
And she was married at the time, but they ended up, and hence there came the line, it wasn't too late.
Yeah.
So the opportunity came. And, who's to say? Because a lot of times maybe we rush into a relationship where we feel like we're comfortable, or, we're lonely. And there's relationships of all types of need that meets all types of needs.
Sure.
All types of needs. The whole spectrum from like a marriage of convenience all the way to a marriage of passion and everything in between, and combinations of all the different emotions. And there's nothing really to say that, certain relationships are better or worse than other ones.
Fulfilling, yeah.
Or less fulfilling,
for
or more
both sides,
fulfilling,
exactly, yeah.
So
Sometimes that companionship, I see people who run their relationships like so vastly different from how we run our relationship.
Sure.
And I don't envy their relationship at all. I love the way we do our relationship, but I see it working for them. And it's like they're filling each other's needs, but in a completely different way.
It would make sense to me that two artists would have a different relationship than two architects.
Right on.
They would have a different relationship of two mathematicians. Mathematicians.
No, I like math musicians because musicians. You're just talking about math instrumentalists. Rock. Yeah.
Math rock. So, yeah. Anyway, I really enjoyed the opportunity for the song.
I think it's important in a relationship that you are cooperative instead of competitive. I think like when you're on each other's team, that's the big thing.
Unless you're both softball players and you play on opposite teams.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Some people like competition. Some people's...
Okay, for me.
For you.
How about that?
We can only speak to our own...
This is true.
Our own truths, right?
I can only speak to our own truth. And my truth today is many people wear glasses so they can see better. My glasses do not help my eyesight at all.
No, but they look really cool.
No, thank you.
And they match your shirt.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we got this hat after... so let's talk about the hat before we get on the glasses.
Mine or yours?
Oh, my hat and your hat. So your hat, Ashley for years, like she's always looked really adorable in hats.
Thank you.
She's had an adamant...
Anti-hat attitude.
Anti-hat attitude.
Like so much so that... Our daughter and Dave banned me from making hat decisions for our merchandise
because they know how they work.
They said, you don't wear hats.
And we actually did a commercial recently for our new hats where I had to basically tell you that you had to put it on. If you,
I'm not a hat person.
Seen that. So, however, when we were on the road here a couple of weeks ago, we found this hat in a thrift store.
Yeah.
And Ashley.
Hey friends, Ashley of SugarLimeBlue here, wanting to share our special bundle with you. We got new shirts. And our Roots guitar logo. Super duper excited about it. And we have hats to match. Check it out. Beautiful. We love them. I don't usually wear hats, but Dave said I should put one on, so. There I go, rocking my hat.
Adorable.
Get yours now.
Kind of fell in love with it.
I did.
And she wore it in the car the whole way to the next
fantastic.
show.
It's the best car hat ever.
So
it does what visors can't do.
I've been trying to coax her into wearing more hats and accessories because they're fun.
And it's got a Henry feather in it.
It does have a Henry feather in it.
My rooster boy.
Our first chicken.
Yeah.
So, and then my hat that I'm wearing today is a hat from a friend of mine. They gave me this hat, and it is also dressed up with a chicken feather. I think it's on this side. Is that right?
Yes. So it looks like a Jane feather, but my glasses don't help me.
I could be wrong, but I believe it is also a Henry feather.
It's very possible, but it's dark.
He tends to lose a lot more feathers closer to the house,
That's
being
true.
that he lives closer to the house.
He does, yeah.
So, anyhow, we're doing and I got my little bandana today.
Yeah.
I figured I'd mix it up with some...
I really like it.
Some sugar skulls and tie-dye.
Yeah.
Rock
it's
it out.
It's a fantastic look. So, we are in the current motion of rebranding our band too. If you haven't noticed, we have just gone full out and created a whole new genre because
everybody asks what genre we are.
Yeah.
We can never decide. Like we say,
can't
well, a little bit of this, a little bit of country, a little bit of rock, a little bit of jazz, a little bit of jam band, a little bit of psychedelia. Well, maybe some more. A lot of psychedelia, actually.
Well, a lot of people don't understand what a lot of those things are. So we decide we're going to go completely obtuse.
Off the rails.
We're off the rails now. And so we are describing ourselves as cosmic cowgirl, heavy on the cosmic.
Heavy on the cosmic. So let us know what you think of that down below. So, like, I think for me, like, explaining it, the country aspect of it, we do have some hit. I mean, I grew up listening to country music. You grew up listening to country music. So it's going to seep out in certain ways. But I do feel like the majority of our country styling is in some of our songwriting, the way
and the storytelling,
the subject matter.
Yes.
And the storytelling of the songs, which would traditionally be associated with more country music.
I think also that we have been kind of on the hunt for an aesthetic goal.
Yeah.
for a look. And I feel like we have grabbed on to something.
It's all, we've always had a lot of this feel to us. Like now we're just
leaning into it. Yeah.
But the songwriting, and people think of, we're definitely not country in the way of Jason Aldean or Kenny Chesney.
No.
But we are very much country in the stylings of
Patsy Cline
or Katie Lang or
even Linda Ronstadt.
Even like Linda Ronstadt, exactly. Yeah,
she was classed as country.
They have the blues. We have more of the blues and rock aspect of it, like she did.
Yeah.
But then also, and especially at our live shows, we lean heavily into the psychedelia and kind of jammy stuff. So,
and I mean, aren't we all like? Can't our lives be described succinctly as a little denim on our stardust?
Denim on our stardust. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stardust on our denim.
I mean, we are the stardust, so denim would go on us.
We are stardust.
Ideally, yeah. Yeah.
It's a good song. Now we're not going to have to do that.
Great. Okay, I've started a thing.
We are stardust. We are golden. We are here.
I just know we got to get it back to the garden.
Yes.
But I'm not going back to the garden anytime very, very soon. Part of the reason I am clad in my cosmic array is because my face got into poison ivy. And when you put things on the internet, they stay there forever. So I thought I'd rather look cool.
Come on now. You didn't want to have a
pitiful
puffy eye with some blisters?
Everyone would pity me. So you can imagine, I'm going to keep the mystery alive.
Keeping the mystery alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're really flashing some cosmic cowgirl.
I mean, that I'm leaning into it hard by force of nature. Like literal force of nature.
So this week, let us know down below what you think of Ashley's new look. Let us know what you think of Cosmic Cowgirl.
Yeah.
And let us know what you think of Angel Dream by Tom Petty. If you've heard the song, if you're looking forward to hearing the song, of course, if you got time before the shout out tomorrow, then go check out the original. By all means.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, other than that, we'll see you tomorrow for the shout out. We'll see you next week. Thank you for joining us. It's been a great week. Hope you guys have a great week as well. And we'll see you soon.
Welcome spring. Yay!